Hi friends and welcome back. So guys, I thought I would share with you as I recap on 2016 and looking forward to 2017. Now guys, if I had to sum this year up, I would say that this was a year full of emotions for me. I mean, just a roller coaster of emotions, if you will. Now, I will start off, I have my notes here first off, guys. I want to make sure I stay on focus and on point. You all know I love a good chat, and I will quickly get off topic in no time. So I do have my notes here just in case I'm looking down. Do give me grace on that. But guys, just to sum it up, it was a year of emotions for me. To kind of start off with the low moments of the year, but that definitely helped to shape me this far in life, and definitely gave me strength, or made me a little bit stronger, if you will. I had a lot of losses this year, in way of death. I have shared with you guys before that my surrogate mom, you guys know the Lord gives you family when and where you need them. But the Lord called my surrogate mom home this past spring. And although, you know, my heart is heavy and it still hurts and I miss her dearly, I can still rejoice in knowing that she's no longer suffering. She's not in pain. And she's home. She's with the King of Kings. So that's something to be grateful for within itself. Another big loss for me was a friendship. I had a friendship with someone that I was close with for a very long time, and I don't want to say it was a loss in particular. We are still cordial. We still talk. We still, you know, hang out, so on and so forth. And everything, but our relationship is definitely different. Eyes are wide open in a lot of aspects of that relationship. But this was someone that was, you know, a really close and dear friend, almost a sister, if you will. So this was someone that I literally shared everything with. Our relationship was, you know, we didn't make a move without each other, if you will. If I was running to the store to buy lingerie, I was calling her to come along with me. No kidding. If I was, you know, just going up the street to get some gas, I was calling to say, hey, what you doing? You want to hang out for 10 minutes? Like, that was our relationship. We didn't do anything without each other. And we have a lot in common as far as our background, what we do for a living. We both have businesses, home businesses with the daycare. Our passions, we just had a lot in common. And it's just at some point towards the end of 2015 actually, things started to shift and change. She, you know, we both have our own history and our walls up in a sense, but I started to get the gist that, long story short, that she kind of put me in the same category as she puts a lot of people. And this is something about her that I have noticed over the years that I really didn't care for, and so on. And it's just that I will scratch your back if you scratch my back kind of mentality. And that's not who I am at all. I mean, I would bend over backwards for you in a day. You don't have to do anything for me at all. I would, you know, literally do anything I can to help anyone, and so on. So anyways, long story short, it just came about towards the end of 2015, the top of 2016, that there was a huge ripple and shift in our relationship, and things just have not been the same. Like I said, we still talk, we still cordial, we still go out for drinks, have dinner, you know, we still communicate with each other, but the wall is definitely up. And that's one thing you guys will get to know about me is I love hard. I love hard with any and everybody and everything I do that comes across my path. But I'm definitely the kind of person that once you wrong me, I'm guarded. And I'm not saying it's the right way to be, but that's just who I am. I have always been that way. So anyways, like I say, that was a loss for me. And it was very significant because I don't have a whole lot of friends in general, girlfriends, male friends, etc. I don't. I mean, there's people from my past that, and I say my past, from, you know, high school, childhood, college, etc., that I still talk to and communicate with, but not friends. You guys know what I mean? Not friends. So anyways, moving on. Another bittersweet moment within a relationship for me this year that I would say was the loss was with my mom, my actual biological mom. I have shared with you guys, I'm sure, here and there that me and my mom don't have the best of relationships. It's not what it should be. for a mother and daughter, definitely not what it should be. But I know with continual prayer that we will come together at some point and find common ground, if you will. Now, we do talk, we're there for each other, etc. And I have a loose hair that's like irritating me. But we do talk and we're there for each other, etc., etc. But there was a moment this year where I was, and not to give you guys all the detail, and I know I'm going to probably sound like some selfish little kid, but I was excluded in something that was huge for the family. And it hurts, you know, to be excluded by your own mother. That does hurt, and it cuts in its own way, especially for what it was. However, as a mother myself, I can understand where her thought process was, where she's coming from, or where she was coming from in that moment. However, as a child and as her child, it still hurts deeply to be excluded in that way. So it's a catch-22, if you will. I can understand it from a mother's perspective, but from a child's perspective, I don't get it. I don't understand how that could have happened. And again, not to get all into the details of it, is, you know, she's my mom, she's my mother, and as her child, I just felt like I definitely should have been there and included, no matter what our relationship is or has been, etc., etc. So that was, you know, that was hard. Now, I hate to put it in a loss, but when I say a loss, it kind of signified for me at that moment when that happened, that we don't have that relationship that we should as mother and daughters. It is what it is. So it's time to stop hanging on to what should be or what you would have wanted it to be from, you know, years up to this point, and start focusing on making it into what it can be moving forward. Simple as that. Simple as that. That's where I can put it. So yeah, moving on. So within my marriage, I have shared in the past on the channel just some ups and downs in my marriage, and I will have to say that 2016 was definitely a testing year for my marriage. The hubby and I hit 11 years together, 9 years married. We celebrated our 10th year anniversary in June because we've been together for that long, but married for 9. But anyways, we definitely had some moments within this marriage this year, some very testy moments for both of us, I would say. We're still together, obviously, still married, still going strong, etc. But definitely a lot of changes personally that definitely affects the marriage in a whole, if you guys can understand that, which I'm sure you can. But I will say this, that some of the hardships and tough times that me and my husband have went through this year, definitely I found my voice, if I can say that. By now, you guys have pretty much figured out I'm not the timid type person. I have a dominant personality. It is what it is. I have a dominant personality, and I'm very strong in my own right. And they say opposite attract. So the hubby and I are definitely opposite. But within my strong personality, I have learned over the years dealing with, you know, all relationships, family members, my husband, friends, etc., co-workers, that I have to sometime, and I don't even know if this is right, this is a topic for another day, but I have to sometime step back and pull back on myself and who I am, so on. Well, 2016, I realized I have been doing that for a very long time within my marriage, and it was time to stop. That's the best way I can put it. It was time to stop pulling back and holding back who I am because of someone else, if that makes sense. So I will say that within my marriage for 2016, I definitely found my voice, and she has been awakened. Let's just say that. Prayers please, but she has been awakened, and I'm stronger within my marriage as a wife, and so on. Very much stronger. So yeah. All right, moving on, because I could go on and on about that. Now, there was I have shared this with you guys before, who I considered my best friend, who I'm extremely close to, who I talk to pretty much every day, all day. It's my aunt, and this is my mom's sister. We're extremely close. You know, it's funny because people say she could have birthed you, but she, you know, we're that close and that much alike. It's funny. But she was diagnosed with breast cancer this year. She had breast cancer. They went in, they caught it early. They removed everything that they found, that they saw. They removed everything. So now she's going through the chemo process. So thank God for that. She is healed in the name of the Lord. So thank God for that. But it was definitely, you know, talking with her through it, and we're still talking through it, obviously. It didn't just affect her. It affected the entire family as a whole. Her sisters, her brothers, obviously her immediate family, her husband, her children, on down to her nieces, including me. So for me with that, it just made me realize life is short. It really, really is. And, you know, without illnesses, we could be gone at the drop of a dime, right? And it's to really give yourself the opportunity and the time with those that you love and you care about to seize every moment. And that's where my focus has been with my aunt. So I have been trying my hardest to make sure I'm there for her when she needs to talk about whatever, whether I understand it or not. I'm there for her. The best way I can help is to be there for her. I live here, she lives there, different states. But as you guys know, I mentioned that for Christmas, we went down, we were there, and I redid her kitchen, we organized her pantry area and stuff, and my plan is to get back as often as I can and clean up certain areas, because as she's going through chemo, it takes a toll on your body, and she's just not able to do the things that she could have done months before, years before, etc. So the best way I know how to help, the best thing I can do for her is to clean. It's the best way I can put it. To clean, to organize, to get those things together and done for her. So that's where my focus has been with her, just being a shoulder, a listening ear, and when I can get back, do the things that she's physically not able to do around her house for her. So yeah, pretty much. All right, so to kind of get away from all the low moments, but again, those lows in the year definitely helped to shape me and build up my strength in some way or the other. But getting into the highs of the year. Now guys, I'll have to tell you, this was a very adventurous year for me. First off, I did a lot of physical things that I thought I would never do, period. I went rock climbing. I'm not an athletic person at all, but it's something I always wanted to do, and I finally got a chance to do that. So I did that. Skydiving. I have never done skydiving before, and that's an indoor skydiving area here. I did all of this kind of stuff before I started YouTubing, so I don't have footage, which is not smart. I should have been recording, but story for another day. Anyways, one thing I do have footage over, and this is right around the time I first started YouTube, is that we finally got to go to Vegas. I have always wanted to go to Vegas, never been there, never had that chance to go, woo, Vegas Strip, whatever. But I have never done that. So the hubby and I actually went for our anniversary in June. And I finally got to go to the Grand Canyon. Oh my God, that was absolutely beautiful, magnificent. I mean, I'm a small southern country girl. We just don't have sights like that in my backyard. I mean, we have our own beauty, don't get me wrong. But the Grand Canyon was just unbelievable. I mean, I had so much fun. I enjoyed myself dearly, and it's definitely something I want to do and explore further. I didn't even know I had that exploring side, if you will. I'm like, I want to go camping. I want to go down the bottom of the canyon and so on, But then the guys started talking about how many days it would take and this and the other, and I started rethinking that process. Maybe we'll just do the helicopter ride over the Grand Canyon, you know what I mean? I'm not about that clamming life, but anyways, moving on. Another high this year is we had a new baby. My niece had a beautiful, beautiful, healthy baby boy this summer. So I have a new brother, Joy, to spoil, which is absolutely great because I get to hold them, love them up, spoil them, and then send them right on back. You know what I'm saying? So that's always a plus. So that was definitely a high moment of the year as well. Now, with my kids, first let me back up. I started 2016 off with one word in mind, and that word was purpose. everything that I was going to do, everything I was set out to do was going to be done on purpose. I was going to love on purpose, mother on purpose, just live on purpose. That was my word for 2016, is purpose. And with my kids, I will say I gave them more of me than I have in a very long time. You guys know I run a home daycare, and with that business, it's very demanding. I mean, taking care of babies and infants and toddlers and preschoolers all day long. So it's very demanding, and it's quite hard to find the balance in everything, honestly, especially when my own kids are home. Being there for them 100%, it's hard and it's tough within itself. But this year I was focused to find those pockets of time with each and every child that I can. Even when that meant that we had a doctor's appointment in the morning, that meant we were going to get up extra early and we were going to have breakfast together. Or I was going to get them out of school a little bit early. We was going to go have lunch together. Whatever it was where I can steal those moments, I was determined to do so. Because time passes, time just goes by too fast as it is. And with having 4 kids, it's already tough enough to find moments with each and every child alone, let alone giving them all your attention when they're all at once together. You guys know Madison, my middle daughter, or my youngest daughter, she's definitely my most demanding, attention-seeking child. Definitely is. So it's very hard for me to find moments with Jada, my oldest daughter, without Maddie being around, because Maddie is always right there, and her feelings gets hurt so fast if I tell her no, she can't come, can't attend, etc. So with my kids, I had the opportunities this year. I took the opportunities this year, I should say, to really focus on them and stay tuned to them. And I have to say, I'm proud of myself for doing that, for making sure that when I go upstairs and I'm getting ready to hop on a computer, but Jalen's there and he's playing the game, to sit down next to him and be like, hey, what are you doing? Can I play with you? Don't know nothing about playing no Xbox, etc. But just being in a moment with him, giving him attention, letting him know I'm interested in what he's interested in, even though it goes completely over my head. Same thing with Jada. She's, into making slime and taking my good shampoo and conditioner, even though I don't use it, but taking my good shampoo and conditioner, we get couponing and making stuff out of it. So getting in there and doing those type of things with her. She loves to bake. I have no idea about baking. I am not the baker in the family, but getting in there and learning how to do all that with her as she goes along, and she's quite good at baking, was very important to me, and I'm very proud of myself because I did that this year. I stuck to that. Now, moving on to myself. Well, first off, YouTube. That was huge for me this year. I have spoken to you guys before about it. I'm not into all the social media type stuff. I'm not lying to you guys, literally learned how to take a selfie 2016. I'm not lying. Like, I literally learned how to take a selfie, like how to hold the phone and do the whole thing. Yeah, don't talk about me, but I did. YouTube was a big jump for me. It was huge to put myself out here like this, in this way. And like I said before, I never had a Facebook, never did the MySpace, never did the Instagram, the Twitters, all of that stuff. And honestly, I have Facebook and I have Instagram. I'm very much more comfortable with Instagram. Facebook, I don't even know what's going on over there. It's whatever. It's doing what it's doing. But it just all goes over my head. That's just not my forte. I just have never been that person in that way. I don't know how else to say it. I just never got on board with the social media train. Now, I totally understand and realize that that's just the way our culture is. That's the way the world is going. And if I don't want to get left behind, I need to figure some things out, right? So that's what I have been doing. So definitely YouTube has been a huge step for me this year. I honestly didn't start watching YouTube, like religiously watching it, if you will, probably till the end of 2015, top of 2016. And by mid-year 2016 is when I decided, hey, I can do this. Let me get a camera and give this a shot. Well, let me just first say, it ain't as easy as it may seem. Let me just say that. But I have really enjoyed it, really have been having fun doing so. And I have met so many incredible people. And I use the word met. I haven't met them face to face, but through the internet and so on. Some incredible people, my subscribers, you guys, my friends, you guys that come along, listen to me chat it up, watch my videos, etc. All the other creators out there that band together to support each other in this effort and to give, constructive feedback to each other and so on. It's a beautiful thing, and I would have never thought that YouTube can be such a beautiful community within that self. Especially from watching it, from being someone that watched it. I always thought, like, I don't know what I thought. Maybe I thought that there was like some magical place people went to record, like a studio setup. I don't know, my mind be going places. But anyways, YouTube was definitely a huge thing for me in 2016. Now, lastly, but definitely not least, my relationship with the Lord. As I mentioned, my word for the year was purpose, and everything that I was going to do was going to be on purpose. And I have to say, when it comes to my faith and my walk with the Lord, with Jesus, I'm in a really good place, y'all. I'm in a really good place. There was a time and day where I would be anxious and stressed and just down and out about everything. I'm no longer there. I can honestly say I just let everything go. Just whatever. Let it go. And I would just tell the Lord all day, every day, hey, this is going on. You need to fix it. Figure it out. I don't know. I'm putting it on your table. I'm taking it off of mine, and I'm putting it on yours. So I need you to take care of this. If you can take care of it quickly, that would be great. If not, I will try to be as patient as I possibly can. That's how I talk to him, just saying. But I have, my relationship with the Lord has been this year extremely important. Extremely important. I mean, for everything that, from the highs to lows, everything in between that has been going on. If I didn't have that stronghold, that faith, y'all, I don't know where I would be. Honestly, I don't know. I mean, no telling. I would be stressed out, probably bald-headed, crying in a corner somewhere, so on and so forth. Life can be real a whole bunch of times. So anyways, I'm very proud of myself that I stuck to my guns on that and dedicated the time that needed to be dedicated, or should always be dedicated, to the Lord. Because that's the most important relationship in any of our lives. And so on. So, not to get all emotional, because I can real quick. I told you guys I act like I'm hard, but I'm a bucket of tears. But I would have to say, moving into 2017, as sad as it may sound, getting older, because that's what's happening, we're getting older, I'm very much so looking forward to what 2017 has to offer in way of everything for me. In way of everything. Now, I will leave you guys with this, that I have a word already picked out for 2017, and that word is going to be balance. I do plan to do a separate video. It's just kind of discuss that word within itself and what it's going to mean for me. But balance will definitely be my word for the year. Now, I have never been one for the New Year's resolution type things. I believe that if you are looking to change, looking to improve, do it in that moment. Set the goal then and start working towards it. We don't need to wait for January 1st to set a New Year's resolution to say we're going to eat better, work out, stop drinking, stop smoking, read a book, whatever the case might be. We could do those things at any time. It's my personal belief. But yes, balance will be my word for 2017. And I do plan to share with you guys what that means and what that's going to embody for me personally. Now, what I would like to know is down in the comments, leave me a comment below. What is your goals? What are your goals? What are the high moments of 2016? What are you looking forward to in 2017? And do you have any goals set, or do you have a word for the year, and so on? Guys, as always, I thank you so much for watching. I thank you so much for hanging in with me through all the ups and the downs of this channel, me trying to find my space and find my footing and find my lighting, for one, and so on. But thank you so much. Be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe if you have not done so already. And until next time, guys, Happy New Year.